Hello again. I'm sure that many people watching this will remember when local elections were fairly low-key affairs when we chose people to represent our interests on the council. I live in the Essex town of Loughton, and so on Thursday just gone, I voted, as I always do, for members of the Loughton Residents Association. They are the people who fight for my interests locally, and they're likely to get potholes in the road fixed or planning permission refused for huge ugly blocks of flats. The day that the Loughton Residents Association starts to be more concerned about potholes in some road in the Middle East rather than Loughton, then I'll probably vote for somebody else. This sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? Of course somebody elected as my local councillor isn't going to be fretting about the state of the roads in Israel or about building proposals in the Sinai desert, are they? That'd be crazy. Step forward, Mohsin Ali, a mufti who has been elected to the council in the Hare Hills district of Leeds. He says that this is a win for the people of Gaza, and that it is their interests which he's going to champion. He ended up by shouting Allahu Akbar, and the crowd responded with enthusiasm. He comes across as a fairly wild and intemperate sort of man. I'm sure that the residents of Gaza, which is thousands of miles away, will be pleased to know that Mr. Ali is now representing them and their interests. But I'm not at all sure how much influence he's likely to have on such things as the maintenance of streetlights and rubbish collections in Gaza. Not a great deal, I rather suspect. He was standing for the Green Party, so I can only assume that the Green Party are now more concerned about things such as the opening hours of the libraries in Gaza rather than Leeds, and also planning applications and licences for public houses and so on there, rather than in the Hare Hills district of Leeds. In the description to this video I give a link to a film of Mr. Ali, who seems rather an excitable kind of chap as he shouts about the Middle East. As I say, if anybody from the Loughton Residents Association started carrying on like that, I'd think he'd gone off his head. But somehow when people get tricked up in fancy dress, wear a silly hat and have a foreign flag behind them, we tend to be a little more understanding and don't simply dismiss them as loonies. If they are yelling Arabic phrases, then we know that they must be accorded the greatest respect. After all, who knows what would happen if we started treating them with the ridicule that an Englishman would receive if he carried on like that. I hope that the residents of Hare Hills are satisfied with their newly elected councillor. I reckon that they probably will be, for many of them are co-religionists of Mr. Ali. They knew what they were getting when they voted for him, and this is what democracy is all about. He may be a raving madman, they are perhaps thinking, but at least he's our madman. I think that this is what is meant by identity politics.